Warm greetings to all my wonderful viewers and subscribers. Thank you for coming back to the channel, for every comment, and for the endless love that keeps our K-drama conversations alive. If you love bold performances, historical glamour, and stories that sting long after the credits roll, then hold on to your seats. Chang-wook reveals what may be his most dangerous role in Scandal as he stars with Son Ye-jin and Nana. And Netflix's official announcements show this is not just another period romance. It's an ambitious reimagining that promises danger, desire, and devastating moral complexity. Netflix has confirmed the production under the working title Scandals and has already placed the series among its most talked about upcoming Korean originals. The project adapts a well-known European story through a Korean lens, and the casting alone is enough to make the world lean in. From the first publicity lines, we learn the series will be set in the Joseon era, a historical canvas that dresses every scene in strict social codes, lacquered manners, and the sharp contrast between public decorum and private desire. The show is being billed as a bold reimagining of the classic tale of manipulation and temptation, an adaptation that draws inspiration from Dangerous Liaisons and earlier Korean cinematic retellings such as Untold Scandal, and places it squarely in a time where a woman's ambitions were policed and a single scandal could shatter everything. This historical framework raises the stakes. When desire itself is forbidden, the penalties for transgression are not merely social, they are existential. What makes this production unmissable is the trio at its center. Netflix's announcement names Son Ye-jin, Chang-wook, and Nana as the leads. Each of them brings a distinct energy to the story. Son Ye-jin will portray Lady Cho, a woman described as brilliant, charming, and dangerously curious about the boundaries imposed on her sex. Chang-wook is cast as Cho-won, the notorious playboy of Joseon, a man who prizes pleasure and scoffs at the notion of a heart settled by marriage or duty. Nana is confirmed as the third pivotal figure whose presence and motivations promise to complicate and electrify the relationship between the other two. The chemistry of these three, the measured gravitas of Son Ye-jin, Chang-wook's capacity for controlled intensity, and Nana's youthful unpredictability, suggests a triangular dynamic that will be as intellectually seductive as it is emotionally volatile. Let's pull that into your headline. Chang-wook reveals what may be his most dangerous role in Scandal. Dangerous because this is not a fight scene or chase sequence that you can time your heart to. The danger is ethical and psychological. It's the peril of being tempted into betraying your best self, the hazard of using people to prove a point, the risk of letting desire override conscience. Official press materials and coverage confirm the show's ambition to recreate the seductive game of power and reputation in a world that punishes women for the faintest misstep. And that framing gives Chang-wook's character a cruel playground where moral compromise isn't just possible, it's often the only way to survive or to win. Chang-wook has always thrived in roles where strength comes with an ache, where humor and danger share a single look. But here, those layers are sharpened. Reports and industry write-ups suggest that the character will force Chang-wook to navigate the grayest moral spaces of his career. Seduction as weapon, love as contest, and loyalty as a fragile mask. He has described the role as one that forced him to confront limits he hadn't tested before. And those off-screen reflections mirror the official tone of the series. That Scandal changes people, often from the inside out. When an actor of Chang-wook's physical charisma embraces a role that asks him to be both predator and vulnerable human, the result is rarely easy watching, in the best way. Son Ye-jin's involvement changes the dynamic entirely. She is the kind of performer who makes private suffering look like a noble art. Her characters have a way of making you root for them even as they make disastrous choices. As Lady Cho, she will operate under the strict codes of Joseon femininity while plotting something dangerous. A temptation game, a wager of hearts, a test of wills. Reporters who have seen early press materials describe her character as a woman who dares to play with the rules, using her intelligence and charm to invite danger rather than flee it. That's a magnetic kind of courage on screen, to make rebellion look both seductive and terribly costly. Nana's placement in this triangle is crucial. Her recent roles have shown a capacity for sudden emotional shifts. She can be an ally one moment and an enigmatic force the next. In this adaptation, her character reportedly acts as a catalyst, the younger presence who holds secrets or desires that both align with and betray the older player's ambitions. When the press describes the production as risque and focused on temptation, they mean it. The interplay among these three will examine what power looks like when it's disguised as courtship, and how a single wager can ripple through lives and reputations. Officially, Netflix's announcement also supplied a little more context. The series is being adapted from European source material, Dangerous Liaisons, and connects to a Korean cinematic lineage that includes the acclaimed 2003 film Untold Scandal. Translating that narrative into the Joseon era is a creative risk, but a thrilling one. The rules of etiquette, the weight of reputations, and the strict gender expectations of Joseon society create a pressure cooker setting where every flirtation can become a legal or social catastrophe. That's the crucible that will make Ji Chang-wook's part feel so dangerous. His decisions are not just personal missteps. They have consequences measured in honor, family standing, and life trajectories. From a production standpoint, the creative team behind the series wants to give more than surface-level spectacle. Media coverage indicates the show aims for textured cinematography and an emphasis on slow-burning psychological tension rather than cheap shocks. The aesthetic contrast, ornate costumes, candlelit rooms, and distant court gardens versus the secretive, shadowed corners where the real business of temptation happens, will serve as the visual language of scandal. That choice hints that the drama will ask viewers to watch not only what is said, but what is withheld, to read silences as invitations and glances as verdicts. Where does this leave Ji Chang-wook? In a place few actors get to work from, the intersection of classical moral drama and modern psychological realism. This role asks him to carry a heavy responsibility, to make a man who manipulates and is manipulated feel human, to let us see the cost of cleverness. When actors do that well, we feel them fall. We learn with them why they made the choices that break them. With Son Ye-jin across from him, his performance could become a masterclass in how attraction and ruin often arrive hand in hand. Fans are already buzzing, and Netflix's move to schedule the series for release in early 2026 keeps the momentum alive. The platform's official messaging framed Scandals as a major period entry in its Korean slate, signaling confidence in both the material and the trio's ability to carry it onto global screens. If the series does what the press promises, a seductive, morally thorny, beautifully produced reimagining, then it's not an exaggeration to say this could be a landmark series for everyone involved. A note to viewers who love spoilers: the production kept plot details remarkably tight. Press coverage has been focused on themes and character sketches rather than scene-level reveals. That means when the show arrives, every revelation might feel sharper, every scandal more devastating. For creators, that secrecy is strategic. For audiences, it promises an experience where each episode unfolds like a slow unwrapping. And when a character like Cho-won teeters into moral ruin, the fall will feel earned and painful. And because you asked for context and confirmation, here are the load-bearing facts pulled from official coverage and reputable outlets. Netflix confirmed the production under the working title Scandals. Son Ye-jin, Ji Chang-wook, and Nana are the confirmed leads. The series is a Joseon-era reimagining drawing from Dangerous Liaisons and Untold Scandal lineage, and the show has been positioned for a 2026 release window. Those details are the backbone of the hype, and they are the facts that shape everything we speculate about Ji Chang-wook's most dangerous role claim. To every loyal viewer watching this and reading along, my final thought is this: drama lives where choices cost something. Ji Chang-wook's willingness to step into a role that demands moral jeopardy, to play a man who may harm others to prove a point, tells you this is not an actor looking for safe applause. It's an artist searching for truth in the dark. Paired with Son Ye-jin's exquisite control and Nana's combustible energy, Scandals may well become a cultural moment, a series that makes us talk, debate, and perhaps re-examine how scandal functions in both public life and private desire. Thank you for being here, for your passion, and for the way you keep the story alive with your theories and heart. Keep your notifications on, because 2026 might just bring us a story that haunts in the very best way.